All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've either made a video or done one of my just kind of life updates, I guess, or my college vlogs. I have them in this series. Yeah, I just thought it'd be a good time just to finally make one of these. I actually missed starting this semester. Normally, I would make one of these videos at the start of my college semester, but I totally forgot. Just because life was moving really quickly and school was getting really busy, and I was moving into a new house and whatnot, or for a college house, which I probably will be staying in for the rest of my college career, and I will definitely have to do a house tour. I might actually finally get around to what. Oh, weird. No, unlike the phone, there's like this weird like level. Oh, that's very interesting. But anyway, yeah, I'll definitely have to do a house tour for where I'm living at in the following year. But yeah, I thought I'd just give like a little life update on what's been going on the last 7 months, 8 months since I've made my kind of update video. Junior year, knocked out the first semester of junior year. Overall, I thought it went I thought it went well. Probably not as well as my last, the end of my sophomore year. But still definitely, I thought I did pretty decent. In terms of schooling, honestly, probably like one of the easier workloads out of kind of any college year that I've had to do. Mainly just because like a lot of the classes, it'd either be like once a week homework or like homework that was just like not very friendly. I took a night class, one of my first night classes. It was Monday only, but it was 3 hours long, and boy did the first couple of the classes feel like 3 hours. Like, holy cow, that took a long time. But it was kind of a bittersweet moment, honestly. It was one of my psychology classes, because for my psychology major, I'm finally having to start rack up a few of the course requirements for my major. So yeah, so I had to take a cognitive psychology class, which that was probably going to be my last 8:30 class, because man, I did not pay attention at all for that class. But overall, super solid. And then my night class, that was industrial organizational, also known as IO psychology. And it was sort of like a business psychology, so it's sort of like the HR department sort of thing, and just kind of like company training and kind of like workroom requirements, and just kind of stuff like that. It's kind of like the, I don't want to call it that, but it's sort of like the babysitting of like the work environment, where it's sort of like you have your offices and you have all your office workers, and like the IO seems sort of like the, in case people aren't getting along, or like how to make like a safe working environment, which all like really important stuff. But a lot of it, like the material in this giant ass book that we had to buy, mind you, college textbooks is actually just a scam. But a lot of the material in it, it definitely felt very like, don't be an asshole. Like, I felt that pretty self-explanatory, which you would be very surprised on, which most people would, or what you would assume to be, common sense. A lot of people don't understand. So I guess there is a reason for having these types of courses. It was interesting. It was really interesting. Honestly, I felt like we had some pretty solid projects that we had to do for that class too. The main final project, which took like 2 months to do, we had to do an interview for like a local business, not local, but like a local headquarters. And my group, it was a group of 6 of us in total, and we had to do Land O'Lakes, the butter company, and we had to just kind of like interview a bunch of people and just kind of ask them just like a bunch of random questions. But we ended up making a giant like 35-minute presentation that we all had to chip into, and it went really well. I think we did the best out of all the groups. Everyone else did amazing, but we got a lot of like kind of unique feedback. So I was very proud of the group that we did. It was kind of like it was definitely, that was one of those classes where it was sort of like yeah, I survived. Like, that was definitely like one of my better ones. And then there's the other psychology class. Then finished up my 3rd class of Latin for my language requirement, which I'm almost done with Latin. I will be so happy to finally be done with Latin. Latin's cool and all. It's just sort of like learning a language is kind of cringe in my humble opinion. I've just been awful at learning languages. Like, I barely understand how English works. So, which, you know, whatever. But like, yeah, just learning another language, and especially like the heavily influenced source of like what the English language is. I definitely got to recognize a lot more, like from like my little experience with Spanish and just like other languages. You can definitely see like where Latin took from a lot of those, or where a lot of those languages took from Latin. So it was kind of interesting to see like the root words and all that stuff. So it was just like, it was a lot of work, and it's just like a lot of work that I didn't really want to put into. But yeah, Latin, it's fine, got that out of the way. And then my last class, this class was kind of a doozy. It was, so you have to have like, for your general, this class was just for my general requirements. And it was a physics/environmental studies class, which, to get my science credit out of the way, which in retrospective, this was probably the most difficult way to possibly go through this, because I thought it was just going to be like a lecture just talking about like, it was called Science for Renewable Energy. So I thought I was going to be talking about like, oh, this is what we're doing for like solar panels and shit and whatnot. But no, we learned how to, with math, how to convert like energy into atoms, into the elements, back into energy, to retranslate it into this type of energy. Like it got nutty really quick, and dog, I forgot how to divide, like on their first problem set. Like the problems got like easy to just insane. I like the very first question I was like, so that class was kind of a struggle. It was the tests themselves, they were pretty darn easy, and also the class itself, like you had to average like a B on like all your quizzes and just turn in all your problem sets to get a B in the class. So it was sort of like, that was kind of a reassuring and also kind of scary at the same time, because it was sort of like a, you know, or no, you had to get like a C average. No, yeah, you had to get a C average to get a B. So it was sort of like a, okay, you know. But that class I ended up surviving. Ended up not being like as bad as I initially thought it was going to be. But yeah, so like that was probably the most difficult way to just knock out a credit, because there's a couple times where I was sort of like, yeah, you know, so it just got a little down to the wire. But that class was fine. But yeah, junior year, because a new house, I had 2 of my roommates from last semester from my other dorm, some of my closest friends, and we had 2 other guys who were also all super duper chill. But I love her house. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do a video on it. But it's a really, really cool house. Awesome location. Super duper close to campus. I mean, campus is already pretty itty bitty, but like I'm like across the street from campus, so it's like it doesn't really get better than that. You know, it's like the bus station, you know, to get to my girlfriend's house. It's like it's super easy. Just like you can't really beat it, and it's a pretty solid price for what we're getting to. So it's sort of just like I'm super duper happy with it. But yeah, the guys I was living with, super duper great. It's kind of fun because I've probably said it, but I'm a huge Magic the Gathering player. But so my roommates, we all really kind of started playing together this last semester, and so we would have like, because one of my buddies, or 2 of my buddies, they had both had the same night class, and so after my class and their night class, and then my other roommate, all 4 of us, we would play some Magic together. And that was really, really fun. That was really, really special. I really felt like this semester, like, I mean, I was like, honest, like all the guys I hang out with, like some of my best friends, but I really felt like this year, like it was a special year, you know, like we really came together as a community. Yeah, because it was like a Monday night Magic. Tuesday night, you know, we would just kind of hang out. Wednesday night I would go to my girlfriend's house, and then Thursday night we'd have like a poker night. And oh yeah, also I joined the comedy club. I also I don't know if I mentioned, I also quit basketball. I might have mentioned that in my last video. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, if I didn't, I'm done with basketball forever, and I'm so happy best decision of my life. I love my experience. I love my experience with college. Again, I probably already mentioned this in the last video, but super amazing experience for basketball. It was just my time to go. It was getting too much. But yeah, I guess I'm just jumping all over the place, trying to sum up 6 months and, 15 minutes. But yeah, I joined the comedy club for my comedy club for college, and that was awesome. That was really, really awesome. Like, that was a super duper fun experience. Like, awesome people, super funny people, super smart, really talented just in terms of scripting and just like organizing everything. Because I've seen a couple of the comedy shows, and one of my buddies, he invited me to do it. So, kind of funny story. So, because I knew like the comedy show, it was coming up, which turns out it was the auditions were coming up, but I didn't realize that, you see. So my buddy, he was like, "Yo, you should come to the comedy thing." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll totally come to the show." Like, all right, cool. And then it was because I thought it was downstairs. And he's like, "No, it's in the library." I was like, "Okay, whatever, mix it up a little bit." So I get in there, walk in the room, and there's like 3 people. There's like 5 people at the front of the desk, and like 3 people in chairs, like on paper. And I was like, "Oh shoot, like sorry, like I just walked into a classroom." My friend comes up, he's like, "Oh hey," like, and he hands me a piece of paper, and it's like, "Oh, thanks for coming up to the auditions." I was like, "Oh, these are the auditions, not the show." I was like, "Oh, that makes okay, yeah, I could believe that." And so sort of like well, I'm here now, so it's like I didn't want to be a dick and walk out on him, so I was just like, so I filled it out, just did my thing, and the auditions went really, really well, and the show itself was a blast, just total blast, because I had always kind of wanted to do either theater or like stand-up comedy or just kind of like acting in that regard, because I have a YouTube channel. I rarely upload it to that, but because when I was younger, like I used to make like little video sketches with some of my high school friends, and I initially, I might have even told you this, but I initially wanted to go to college for video production and just like either movies, TV, commercials, just kind of like anything having to do with video production. So I actually wanted to go to college for that. And then I realized, I was like, oh, I'm going to a liberal arts college, and they don't really provide that. So, so this was kind of like a fun experience, where it was just sort of like, what the hell not? Like, I'm done with basketball. I've got so much more free time. It was just sort of like, let's just do it. I've never been in a club before. I've never done anything like that. So like, I was just like, let's do it. So it was just super duper fun. We met twice a week for an hour. We would just workshop sketches. We would just, we would run through scripts. We would do a lot of work, but a lot of really fun work and a lot of really rewarding work. Because our show, I think it was about 2 months of sketching and writing and planning, and then to throw the whole show together, I think it only took us like 2 weeks for all the planning, because we had the stage, costumes, lighting, sound, transitions, and all that stuff. So really, we put it together pretty darn efficiently. I mean, like, I was one of 3 or 4 new people, and there was 11 of us, I think, throughout the whole show, and but yeah, the show went awesome. It was really, really fun. We did 2 nights. I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really nervous, because it was just sort of like because I've done basketball, so I've performed in front of crowds, but it was fun. It was really, really fun. My parents came out for the first show. My girlfriend and a couple of my high school buddies came out for the second show. So it was just like super duper rewarding experience. We had 2 sold out shows. I mean, it was free admission, but like we could barely fit all the people that wanted to see the show. So like that was really, really cool. Honestly, like that was an awesome experience. Yeah, just hanging out. It was first start of junior year, really, really solid. Can't really complain. I guess rewinding, when I moved into my house, because we don't really have AC, we also don't really have heating, so it's sort of like whatever whatever the temperature is outside is inside. So like the very like first 3 days, I also didn't have a bed. So I just sort of like, and it was also like 100 degrees. It was like 100 degrees at night. So it was like at night, I was just like, just basically in my underwear, just drenching in sweat. I was just like, adulting sucks. Like I'm gonna die. So that was kind of funny. But other than that, like just super duper great experience, you know. The same buddy who got me into the comedy club, I've been getting him into Warhammer. Kind of like middle of junior year, I found like a really good deal on a Grey Knight army for 40K. And so we drove down there, and you know, he got the itch now. He's got the itch now because he's bought in like other armies. He just bought a Leagues of Votann Combat Patrol, so like he's just really wanting to get into painting. And we played a kill team or a little 500 or 1,000 point match every once in a while. So like that's just been really fun to have a buddy. You know, and then we've like that little group's kind of going off, and then there's the Magic group, and then there's the Poker Nights, and so like there's just a bunch of like little fun communities. And then I'm staying in touch with the basketball guys. Like I'll have lunch with them, or you know, if there's a party going on, you know, I'll go hang out with them. So it's just the community that I've been able to build, and being really fortunate enough to have been a part of, and just that like I can call all these people my friends. It's been a really awesome experience. So I'm really happy with how my first semester of junior year has gone. Just really happy. Oh, totally forgot to mention, I'm also in karate too, because I have to take like long story short, I basically have to take 4 gym credits to make up another credit, but I'm in karate, and that karate was awesome, dude. Karate, holy shit, I love karate. Karate was really fun. Super duper rewarding because it also just kind of keeps me active and whatnot. But because at the karate classes, sort of like you could test to potentially rank up, because if you start karate and you're like in a sanctioned thing, everyone starts at white belt just automatically. But if you want to progress, you can progress the belts, and I get a belt. I'm an orange belt in karate, which is basically instead of being level 0, I'm level 1. But I mean, to get an orange belt, you have to test, you have to train quite a bit, and it's like at least 3 months of training before you can even test for that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've got an orange belt in karate, so it's sort of like that was a really I was proud of myself. This was a very proud achievement that I can look back on and say that I did. But yeah, that was just kind of another little goofy thing. That's kind of sum up school and stuff like that. So all that stuff's happened. Currently on winter break. I'll be going back to school in about a week and a half, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe closer to 2 weeks. Because I just got back from visiting my girlfriend. I basically lived with her for like 10 days from the vacation because I stayed at her house, and then I went out there on the 23rd. I spent Christmas with her, and her parents made us a really good breakfast and a really good dinner. And then a couple of days later, we drove down to visit her grandma, which is like 3 hours from her house. And her grandma, and then her mom's 3 sisters, and then all of their kids. So I got to meet all the extended family, and just super duper nice people, super duper welcoming, just really nice people. You know, we ate really good down there. We finished a 1,000-piece puzzle, which took like 2 full days, with like 10 people around the clock working on that thing. So puzzles are no joke, man. Like I haven't done a ton of puzzles, but like that puzzle was rough because it was sort of like multiple little puzzles, because it was like a Christmas themed, but it was very noisy because there was like cookies here, cranberries there, there's all this stuff going on the picture. So it was sort of like it couldn't really just like go off. Like you kind of had to like build a little thing here, build a little thing here, and then connect them all together. So like that was pretty cool, and that was fun. And then I spent New Year's down there as well. And then I just came back the other day. My dad picked me up, and then my dad, he's got this new favorite roast beef shop, not super near our house, probably like 15 minutes away, but then we had a roast beef sandwich. So it was really good quality time that I got to spend with her, because we date long distance. We're like 3 states apart. So it's over summer. It's not too difficult, because I'll either drive or I'll fly out there, because my dad, he's like a chauffeur for this company, and so he gets pretty good discounts for like standby flights. So I can go over there pretty reasonably. I honestly, like, round trip to go visit her, it's like $50, kind of like wherever I want to go. So it's like basically nothing to go see her, you know. So but yeah, so it's just like, yeah, so like we just had a lot of really quality time, because normally she gets kind of pissy with me, because like she just kind of annoyed me. I mean, you spend enough time with anyone, you know, you just get like, you're just like, all right, I just get the hell out of my house. But you know, she wanted me to stay a little bit longer, so it was nice that, you know, that we got to spend that quality time together. Yeah, because we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary on the it'll be on the 21st of this year, so that's pretty exciting, because yeah, I just love her to death, love her to death. And, you know, she puts up with me with all my personalities and my downsides and all this, like, you know. But anyway, that's about it. You know, I'll just be going back to school again in a couple weeks, and then getting ready to start the next semester. So I'll probably do another update with how that goes. Hopefully it'll go as good as this last semester has gone. And but yeah, that's kind of just been a little recap on my life and a little college experience and all that stuff, you know. So but yeah, that's probably gonna do it for this video. We're running a lot kind of longer than normally, but yeah, in terms of other videos, I'll try to upload every once in a while. I was gonna do some more 40K videos. I was gonna do a couple army reviews, because my collection is gone. It's grown since then. I might do some like Magic the Gathering deck techs, or just kind of like I'll show off my decks or something like that. I don't really know. I haven't really gotten a ton of new products to like do reviews on. You know, just college budget, you know, and stuff like that. But I might try to do some Let's Play videos. I might try to do some other vlogs or other, just showing off just like what I'm doing right now, because I don't know if anyone really cares, but yeah, more so for me, just kind of look back on. But yeah, that'll about do it. I don't want to ramble for too long. I'll let you guys go. Oh yeah, also my hair. Look how long my hair is, dude. Like it's kind of funny, like look back on all the other videos, it's like my hair was like here, so it's kind of funny to see me progress over the last 2 years and whatnot. But yeah, that's gonna about do it. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, for the 2 of you who do. But yeah, that'll about do it. See ya.